we were talking about just a few minutes ago, and Victoria getting ready there in the Newsnight studio on BBC Two. Here on BBC One, well, all of our colleagues in the nations and regions standing by with the news where you are. But from all of us here on the 10 team, thanks for watching and good night.
Thanks, Hugh. Good evening and welcome to Look North. A former South Yorkshire police officer who says she was raped by a fellow officer has told Look North that she believes the force failed her. The woman, who can't be named, said the accused officer was not suspended while the allegation was investigated. Well, South Yorkshire Police says that when officers behave in ways that do not reflect their high standards, they do robustly and thoroughly investigate every report. David Rhodes has our top story.
I used to be such a bubbly person, but the whole process, it's just destroyed me.
Diana, which is not her real name, is a former South Yorkshire police officer. She says she was raped by a fellow officer in 2008, but her complaint was not taken seriously.
The rape investigation was honestly more horrific than what that male officer actually did to me.
Diana reported the alleged rape in 2016 to South Yorkshire Police after she'd been treated for post-traumatic stress disorder.
Throughout the whole process, I just felt as if there was this attitude of, you're a police officer, shake yourself down and get on with it. I just wasn't believed.
Look North has seen Crown prosecution documents from 2016 that state that the officer who allegedly attacked Diana was arrested and questioned by the police. However, a CPS lawyer said there was not enough evidence to bring charges in this case. So to be clear, the officer who allegedly attacked you, he was arrested and questioned by South Yorkshire Police, but at no point was he suspended from his job.
No, he was never suspended.
In response to allegations made in this report, South Yorkshire Police told us it's committed to continually improving our handling of cases involving serving officers. When officers and staff behave in ways which do not reflect our high standards, we robustly and thoroughly investigate each and every report and launch criminal investigations as required. Diana and the officer she claims attacked her no longer work for South Yorkshire Police. The former officer claims other colleagues are being silenced from talking about their experiences.
I've spoken to other female officers in South Yorkshire who've been sexually abused by colleagues, but they just won't come forward because they've just got absolutely no confidence in the system.
The Home Secretary this month said a government-commissioned review would seek to establish whether police officers are failing to report allegations against their colleagues.
Friend raises, and that is exactly what part 2 of the Lady Angelini inquiry will cover: police culture and whether there is a culture of fear, whether people are scared to speak up and call out unacceptable behaviour.
Diana says she's spoken out publicly to encourage current serving officers to share their experiences, whilst a national review of policing is currently underway. David Rhodes, BBC Look North, South Yorkshire.
Next, a man from Barnsley has been found guilty of the murder of his baby son. 9-week-old Hunter Mateus collapsed and stopped breathing at home in November 2018. He died in hospital 3 days later. Sheffield Crown Court heard his father, Leon Mateus, had suffered a momentary loss of control and inflicted catastrophic injuries on his son. He's due to be sentenced on Thursday. And thousands of teachers across our region are preparing to strike this week. The union is calling for teachers' pay rises agreed last year to be funded separately rather than coming out of schools' existing budgets. Kathy Killock has more details.
Queensway Primary in Yeadon is a school that was facing closure, but a strong campaign by parents and staff have saved it, partly because it serves a deprived area. Wednesday's industrial action will see about half the teaching staff on strike, so the head is planning accordingly.
It's been, I suppose, about trying to ask the teachers if they're willing to share, whether they'll be striking or not. So we've got a rough idea of the staffing that we'll have in the building. And then from that, we've had to look at our risk assessments and look at the staffing that we've got to know that we can provide education for as many children as we can safely.
The school will be open for its more vulnerable children. Teacher Jack Swanston will be working, but respects the views of colleagues who'll be on strike.
I'm choosing not to strike on Wednesday because of financial reasons really. I can't really afford not to come to work. And we are open as well for our vulnerable and disadvantaged pupils.
But as school budgets are squeezed, other staff support the strikes as a means for change.
The decline in funding over the past few years has really impacted on the children's education.
Rugby whiteboard and look this way. Well done everybody.
With half the children having to stay at home on Wednesday, working parents face a problem. So what do they think of the strike?
There's loads of people that don't get paid fairly, and if people don't make a stand, nothing will ever get done about it.
I work from home, so, I mean, don't get me wrong, sympathise with other parents that will have that problem, but, you know, it's the whole point of a strike, and it's to cause disruption.
Disruption because of COVID has been a feature of this generation's education. But with industrial unrest now looming, stability still seems a long way off. Kathy Killick, BBC Look North, Eden.
Well, the Department for Education has called the action highly damaging and said they're supporting school leaders to keep as many pupils in class as possible. Right, that takes us to the weather now, and Paul's here. Is it getting milder?
It is getting milder towards the end of the week, yes, and we've got a lot of sunshine to come through the course of tomorrow, just a chance of 1 or 2 showers. There's a warm front on Thursday that will introduce some milder all the way from the subtropics, so Friday afternoon, for example, we could be up to 13 degrees in some spots. Now, we've got some patchy rain to push down from the northwest tonight, not amounting to a lot, 4 or 5 the low. So by the time the sun rises in the morning, the skies will be blue and we should see increasing amounts of sunshine through tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Just a hint of 1 or 2 showers coming in from the northwest. It's going to be another breezy day and we'll see top temperatures coming in at around about 9 Celsius, 48 Fahrenheit. Quite cloudy on Wednesday, some patchy rain, but there's that lift off in temperatures later in the week. That's it.
Thanks, Paul. That's all from us. Good night.